Wishing you well. November 4, 2013. It is well understood that God's love has a deeply profound healing presence, and this presence is growing stronger in each new day. So many changes are being felt through the vibrations the universe has been sharing for quite some times now. Even though God's love is being felt by so many each day, there are still those that walk among you that have yet to uncover the negative veil that is preventing them to perceive His illuminating presence upon every cell of their being, lighting a path that will lead them to His heart. The negative energy that surrounds the earth that has the ability to affect so many of God's beautiful children has the capability of obscuring basic awareness and perception. Negative energy can create feelings of aloneness and hopelessness. Understand, dear ones, the negative energies that are being felt by so many are not just from those that express harsh judgment or criticism upon others. It also stems from the negative energy of the parts of your bountiful earth that hasn't completed its own transformation. There are many dear souls that are able to feel the ruptures, the shakes and storms that are occurring on a daily basis. This is not the time to put your head under the covers in fear or to lash out against other dear souls. This is the time to adjust your consciousness and expand your heart in order to feel the healing presence of God's light and experience the warmth of His love as you allow yourself to lean into Him. As you reach with a trusting hand towards God and expand your own loving heart to His divineness, you become nourished in His presence, and this nourishment you experienced also is shared with all others through your own presence in their lives regardless of the distance. Each of you will become beacons of light and love, holding a light to those newly awakened, and by your compassionate actions you provide support through the purity of your intentions that demonstrates God's presence. God can heal and will heal all when each dear soul willingly opens their hearts to His light. God's presence into your life will aid in restoring your whole self, allowing your soul to be free to be able to carry out its purpose in your life. Anytime discordant harmony is released through the loving direction God provides you, He transforms this energy into love. The healing received through God's presence and from His infinite love and light is not merely given to the individual doing the releasing of discordant harmony, but to all His children. Healing is available to each of you wherever you sit on your journey. Simply let Him in, become one with God, and discover just how timeless you truly are. Not only are there changes occurring upon and within your earth, but changes are also occurring within each dear soul. Some changes are subtle, whereas other changes are quite large. Regardless the size of the changes, instead of adding more discord and negative energy into the world, come together as a cohesive, loving collective of individuals demonstrating compassion, acceptance, love and genuine kindness to one another. Changes are going to come, there is no avoiding them. You are encouraged to embrace the changes and love one another instead of looking for fault. Being aware of the upcoming changes is your first clue to your expanding awareness, and each time you are able to open your heart to others and accept them respectfully as they are, you will also feel and experience more of God's presence into more areas of your life. Understandably, God's loving presence is not only felt through your own developing awareness but found throughout many sacred places around your earth. Through every greeting with every person in your life, you are given the opportunity to witness God's presence in each dear soul. You will feel His illuminating light glowing from their entire being, even from words spoken or written. When God is present in your life, your actions, feelings and thoughts change, and the changes will be positively felt by those closest to you, and you will radiate His glowing presence in all you do. There are several ways to feel God's loving presence. You can feel His nearness during prayer, meditation, time in nature, or through quiet solitude. The more you practice any of these sacred methods of connecting with God, the deepening of your awareness of His presence becomes. As you learn to open your heart further in order to experience God's loving presence, you will begin to experience your path and yourself in a new way that is filled with His light in every direction. All the effort you take to bring more love and more light into the world, directing your sacred energy towards those that are suffering most, is significant. It makes no difference if what you bring is small or large, as long as they are created out of unconditional love and compassion. Remember, dear ones, each thought you have, every action you express contributes to the circle of life that you are definitely a part of. When you are consciously uplifting others through your efforts that clearly demonstrate the purity of your heart, you are not only transforming your own consciousness, you are participating in something much larger. You are helping to transform all dear souls regardless of race or creed. Giving selflessly is one of the best ways to show you love, and that you care for all of humanity. Even though there are many dear souls that have awakened, and each day there are more discovering God's loving presence in their lives, there are yet many dear souls that are still moving throughout your global backyard with closed hearts. They are not just closed to others, they are also closed to themselves. Have faith, dear ones, that the dear souls that are maneuvering through closed hearts will heal, and through the healing their hearts will open to God's light and discover the inviting warmth of His infinite love. There will be liberation from fear or from any lack of faith that has prevented many dear souls from opening their heart. Be patient and allow time for all changes to occur. We have observed many dear souls walk in their own created world which they live from and are indifferent to those that cross their paths or converse with. While other dear souls live inside a world of undeveloped emotions and feelings about other people, while secretly in their minds they are reacting either positively or negatively, criticizing or liking, repulsed or attracted, and their thoughts carry weight, and their attitude towards other dear souls is created by their own behavior and development. By seeking a meaningful spiritual life, you demonstrate that you are aspiring to move beyond any indifference and reaction and move towards love instead. Each of you has the ability to direct your heart towards love through the practice of genuine kindness, being courteous and respectful towards all dear souls. There is an effective practice that we encourage you to explore if you have not yet done so that will help you to open your hearts further in order to attract more love and light from God, permitting His presence into each area of your life, and that, dear ones, is well-wishing. When you wish someone well, this action comes from the heart and is filled with compassion and love. Well-wishing is warm, it is positive and easy to practice with people you know and with literal strangers. When you see other dear souls, simply by wishing them well through your heart and mind is healing and raises your vibrations. In order for your well-wishing to have the best effect, it is essential that your intent is not clouded and that your wish for wellness towards any individual is pure and loving. Let go of all that has polluted the purity of your own well-being and open your hearts, dear ones, to the healing powers of love. If you are uncertain, trust in God's presence. His light will illuminate a path that will ease your concern and direct you to ways to demonstrate your love to others by wishing them goodness, healing, love, and so much more. Your positive, loving energy benefits all, but just as important, the loving energy you share through well-wishing is necessary for your own growth and development. Never leave yourself out of your practice of love and compassion. The practice of loving kindness is found throughout the world, and well-wishing is just one way of expressing your love, compassion, respect, and kindness to other dear souls. You have seen some well-wishing in the closing section of a letter. May you always walk with God, may you reach your destination safely, may you always have good health, or that you wish the person is met with great joy and happiness. As you can see, there are many ways of showing your love through simply wishing wellness with another dear soul. Remember, dear ones, it's never just the words you share, it's the warmth of your love that also denotes goodness and loving intentions that comes from your actions and thoughts. Definitely the words you choose to express are a necessary aid for the intentions of your heart. Even when dealing with difficult people, you can quietly wish these people well through the silent warmth of your heart. Wisdom is developed slowly from each interaction you have. Embrace it when it comes, as you have deserved it. Wisdom is the product of any contemplation you held regarding your own journey and sometimes the actions of other dear souls. You are able to recognize what motivates you, and you have the ability to develop tolerance towards the actions of others that don't always resonate with your soul's energy. The promptings you receive from your conscience on what is the right thing to do also holds the energy of your heart. When you consider which choice to make, we encourage you to listen to the yearnings of your heart and seek with love what is drawing you forward. Learn to live your life through an open heart and by unlimited values that are flexible and able to be changed as you grow and evolve. Be present within God's presence and deepen your overall state in life, in all you do with all you meet. And so it is. I am Ascended Master Kuthumi through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com